Hello again, and thanks so much for tuning into another episode of Manifest the Greater You. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Jacqueline, and through this channel, I share various strategies and tactics that you can start to implement to start attracting more of what it is that you're looking to manifest so you can reach your deepest goals and desires. So today's topic is going to be about stop making excuses. Believe it or not, I've been in sweats all day. I've gotten a cold, was feeling super drowsy on and off today, total scrub all day. But I told myself, you know what? I am committed to sharing information with my channel at least once a week, every Wednesday. And I know as the week progresses, things are gonna get a lot more busier. So with that, let's go ahead and get started and stop making excuses. Did you know that 80% of the human population lives on the phrase, someday I'll get that dream job, someday I'll take that vacation, someday I'll buy that new house, someday I'll get promoted and get started on this other project that I wanted to do, or someday I'll start living out my passion. Well, if that sounds like you, you're not alone. It's been said that if people put more time and energy into achieving their goals than putting in the effort to think about the failure and the excuses of why they can't achieve whatever it is that they're looking to achieve, they'd really be surprised with themselves. I'm going to share 3 simple steps that you can start to apply in your life to get you closer to taking action rather than making excuses. The first step and recommendation I will make is to take control of your life. A lot of the times it's easy for us to want that instant gratification when it comes to rewarding ourselves and treating ourselves, putting in the work to do something, but yet we're not quite at our end goal, but we think, okay, yeah, I deserve it, so I'm gonna go and buy that new cooking device, or buy that new designer handbag, or treat myself to go shopping, etc. Buy that new car, you name it. But really start to think, okay, where can I actually allocate that money, whether it's saving to get myself out of debt, or saving to gain financial freedom, or just starting to be more mindful of where I'm spending my money. Where can I really start to apply some of that delayed gratification so that I know later on I will be rewarded with even more? Which brings me to point number 2. You've got to learn to start to be okay, if you're not already okay, with saying no. It's so easy for us to get invited to another social event with friends, family members, whether that's for a party or just going and socializing, or maybe, you're spending a lot of time on social media, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, you name it. Or maybe you're spending a lot of time on Netflix and really just like to, binge watch your favorite shows, or if the next season came out. Where can you really start to allocate some of that time into something that's really going to impact you for the better in the future and give you a long-term reward? You may not see the fruits of your labor right now, but down the road, that is going to build a snowball effect and help you get to where it is that you need to get to that much sooner and that much faster. Sometimes it can be really hard for us to say no to people because we feel bad, but at the end of the day, you've got to remember, if you're in this for the long run, you've got to learn to say no, and you've got to be okay with that and not feel bad about it. And another point I wanted to add in there that one of my closest friends had shared with me is that if they are truly a supportive friend, they're not going to take it personal, and they are going to completely understand that right now you're focused on X, Y, and Z, and that's okay. I would say a good friend is going to be one that's going to be supportive of what it is that you're working on and not take it personal, and know that, hey, she's really working or he's really working towards something, and I've got to respect that. And the third point that I wanted to share with you all to help you to stop making excuses is to really work on self. A famous quote by Plato is, "The first and best victory is to conquer self." A couple of ways that I continue to work on self for myself is through listening to guided meditations on a regular basis. I don't listen to them on a daily basis, but I do try to listen to guided meditations periodically throughout the week. One of those areas focuses on gratitude. Another area focuses on abundance, wealth, and prosperity. Another area focuses on knowledge, abundance, and wisdom. And you can see all kinds of different topics that you can start to listen to get more aligned just through YouTube. And I will link a few of my favorites down below for anyone that's interested. I think another great way to really start to listen to self is, and identify what your values are, is to start listening to more podcasts if you're not already. Find more motivational books and just keep your mind stimulated and growing, and really, start to align yourself with more of what it is that you're looking to attract. One area where I decided I was going to stop making excuses was with my finances. Shortly after college, it was hard for me to find a job. And I did have a few different jobs that were okay, but they weren't fulfilling, primarily focused in sales. And then from there, I got another entry-level position, which opened up several doors for me later on. But initially, I wasn't making much. I was making just enough to get by, but I was still spending a lot more than I was earning, because I had thought, okay, at this point, I have this degree and I should be able to afford X, Y, and Z, so let me just put it on my credit card. And I was making excuses in my head and trying to validate reasons why I should be able to buy that. And I think part of what was holding me back with, me spending more than what I was making and thinking that I deserved it because I'd worked so hard up to this point to get what I had, was going back to my childhood and what I knew and my relationship with money and my perception with money. It was not what it is today. And I have done a lot of work to really get myself to a point where I am spending way below my means, being more of a minimalist, and being more intentional with where I'm putting my spending. And I feel so much happier and so much freer, if that word even exists, and just taking control of my life. But I do understand, and I want to say the same for you too, that things will take time, right? It's taking those gradual steps to continue to implement those strategies and remind yourself that, hey, and recognize when you are doing something that that you're working against, that you've got to keep going, and it's okay. But just remember and recognize when you are feeling those moments of anxiety, of, like, let's say normally you're stressed out and you want to go shopping, recognize that, and know that a lot of those behaviors were instilled from childhood, and it has nothing to do with blaming anybody, but it may just be something that you still need to figure out on your own, and that's okay. And I think part of this whole journey to manifesting the greater you is to really start to listen to yourself, observe your actions, and then try to look at new ways that you can start to improve in those areas that may be weaker. All right, so let's summarize the 3 main areas that we can start focusing on to stop making excuses. The first one is to start thinking more long-term rather than that short-term gratification that you're gonna get, whether that's going to a social event and spending all this money, or, buying that new designer bag, or buying that new car, or, buying this new furniture. What are some other replacements that you can do in place of that temporarily, knowing that in the long term, there's going to be a bigger reward for you at the end? Secondly, it's okay to say no. I think the people that truly are there for you and supportive of you will stick by your side even when you say no, and not take it personal. And so don't worry about what anyone else is doing, just focus on you, boo, and it's okay to say no. The third point is to really focus on yourself. Really start to try to align yourself with what it is that you're looking to manifest. What is it that you're looking to accomplish, and truly, what are the outcomes of that? How am I going to feel? Am I seeking happiness? Is, this new promotion or this new job or this new project, is this really going to help me get aligned more with what I'm looking for in an overall long-term benefit for myself and the people that I care about most? How am I going to be able to spend more time with friends and family? Just really start to think about that. And I think if you can really start to think about aligning yourself with what it is that you want to do, that then leads to answering the big question of why, which I'll talk about in another video. But, I think answering the why behind what it is that you're doing will keep you going and build that momentum so that you can continue to grow and get to that next level. And with that, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Manifest the Greater You. For those of you that are looking to and trying to figure out what it is that you want to manifest more of in your life, what is that next level that you're trying to reach to in 2020, I do have a Manifest the Greater You starter blueprint guide, which is linked down below, and you're more than welcome to get your free copy. And if you'd like to continue to learn how you can become the best version of you and manifest more of whatever it is that you're looking to attract and achieve in your life, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell down below. Thanks so much, guys, and until next time, we'll talk soon.